Seems my camera's not working. Well, we're gonna have to fix that. Like that. Yes, there we are. A little flip, and there I am. I tricked you. I fooled you. I was there the whole time. Yes, indeed. Get up in the corner there. Ah, here we are once again. Time to relax. Bum 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 bum. Oh yeah, that's lagging. I gotta put this on here. There we go. That's too freaking bright. Well, whatever. Got bad lighting in here at the moment. Got the TV going there. Not sure what's on. 1 second. I don't want to mess with this. That's good. Actually, it's not good. It's not good. Much better. Spider-Man. What's the matter, Spidey? Let's move Spidey over here. Let's read some chat there. We got James in there. We've got Percy Block. How you doing, Percy? Just in time for the commute. We'll be hitting the workbench later for sure. That's good to hear. Good to hear. How you doing, Ian? I see you there. How you doing, Ian? How is everything? What am I sitting on? Oh, it's a chair. Yeah. Trying to relax here. Walking and standing and moving things all day. Just starting to chillax now. With some raspberry punch. Sugar-free, I think. Let's see, everything working okay? Got a little microphone going there. Got Bjorn in here with me. I didn't see you there, Kyle. Give me a second. Let's bring Kyle in here. See what he's up to. There you go. How you doing, Kyle?
What's up, Fred? How you doing? How you
Oh,
holding?
doing really good. Tired, but I'm doing good. How about you?
I am sitting over here putting Bengay on my knee and relaxing.
Oh, you smashed your knee too, did you? Huh.
Yes, I smashed my knee Tuesday morning on all that ice. The foot went out from underneath me and I dropped right on the concrete.
Ouch.
Yeah, that sucked.
Right on the old kneecap.
Oh yes. The walking Tuesday was rough. What you getting into?
Well, I'm just relaxing. I'm done for the day, working on the studio here. Fill you in a bit. Let me see. Let's try the old OBS camera. No, let's not try the OBS camera. Oh, I know what I could do. Let me try this. Just tired.
Feel it. I definitely. It's been a long week. I got 2 more days to go.
Yeah, you do.
We're getting there, though. We're getting there.
To camera. Where is my camera? Video capture device. Video capture. Which one is this? Let me see. Video capture device, period. Alright, that's my main camera here. Let me see if I could share that in Discord while I'm streaming. Virtual cam. Source. I'm going to choose video capture device. Hit OK. Then I'm going to start the virtual camera, then go over to Discord, and for my camera, I'm going to choose OBS virtual camera. Give me a second. You should see my camera from the OBS broadcast. Hopefully it won't lag me out. Let's try it and see. Okay, let's turn it on. Ooh, there we go.
There you are, Fred. How you doing?
Not bad, not bad. Doing good. Okay, let's go check the stream and see if anything happened. Nope, all's good. Alright, very cool. We'll keep this. I like it. Let's read the chat real quick, and then me and Kyle will get into some convo here, because it's been a while.
Yeah.
Got Ian in the chat. Percy Block is in the chat. Got James in the chat. He's just waking up. Ian says, snowing, freezing cold, and slippery here. Stayed in the warm, working on the 8th. Stayed in the warm, working on the 8th Army. That's his current project. Will delay going to the coast until weather improves. So that'll be about a week or so for him. James says, conditioning brushes today. Okay. You gonna do any painting, Kyle?
Probably not today. I'm going over my benefit packages.
Gotcha. I won't start painting again until December. For sure, because I'm still busy and wore out. I just got my paints and stuff in here today. I still got to bring over some stuff. I got another box of paints. Got some miniatures that I kept in my cabinets there that I got to bring down. But yeah, I got more paints yet to bring in.
Okay. Sounds like you're getting after it.
I guess. know about getting after it. Go ahead and say something. Let's see if your voice is picking up.
Hello there.
Okay, it is. I'm paranoid here. Yeah, so today was pretty warm. It was close to, I don't know if it was in the 50s or not. It might have. It might have.
55 here?
Yeah. I know it was upper 40s. I don't remember if it hit the 50s or not. I don't remember. But it was nice.
After Tuesday, I'll take it. Tuesday was 16 here when I left the house.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Fritz, I got to tell you about that one. You're going to love me. You're going to think I'm even more of a psychopath.
What'd you do, Kyle? What did you do?
I drove to work in an ice storm. We got, bulk of it was ice, with just the thinnest little skip of snow over top of it. Normally, it takes me about 25 minutes to get to work. I was 2.5 hours late at the time I finally got there. I live up on the mountain, as you know, and it's pretty twisty and turny, pretty gnarly. Got a lot of blind turns. Not a whole lot of straight stretches. It's mostly downhill. So I came out to the lane there. I dropped it down in second gear, flipped it up 4 high, and the neighbor lady, she went to go out the lane there. She started her first time driving in the snow, and it went to slide with her, and she didn't put it in four-wheel drive, and she gunned it. She spun like a top, like 4 times down around there, creamed off to the side of the road, into the ditch, crammed the neighbor's fence down, busted a tire. I went to stop to help. I touched the brakes, and normally your speedometer goes down when you touch the brakes. Not the case on this one. I touched the brakes and my speedometer kept rising. It's like, yep, nope, Yep, hell with that jazz. So I couldn't even stop to help her. And then, so I kept on going. I didn't really have much of an option. This has been after I've already fallen and busted my knee. So, yeah, I didn't have much of an option but to keep going because it's hilly and rocky and gnarly and, yeah. So,
Gnarly.
Yeah. So then I come to the first set of blind turns. It's 2 S-turns that link together. Gnarly. And that one coming into it's pretty steep. And it's a blind turn to the right. I dropped it down in first gear, and I'm gently riding the brake downhill. And Fritz's car right in front of me, right on the other side. As soon as I got into the turn, then you can see around it because it's a blind turn. And there's a car right in front of me with 4 ways on. Stopped right in the middle of the road. It's like, I tapped the brakes and the front end shifting like it's going to the guardrail. I said, to hell with this shit. I took my foot off the brake and drifted over in the other lane. It had a little bit of snow in it. I went down past her there. I went into that first turn real hard. Fritz's tailgate of the truck beat me around the turn.
Yeah?
Yeah. I went sideways around that turn. The tailgate beat me around the turn.
Yeah, dangerous.
And it's like, yeah, and it's like, now what? Because that's not the hard part. The hard part's coming down the other S turn because it's pretty well damn near perpendicular. And it's like, now what? I'm sideways sliding down the road, and it's like, all right, well, I'm about to just throw it up in reverse and back it into the ditch. Had to do something. So I cranked the wheels all the way left, and I gunned it, and it fishtailed back around and straightened me up a little bit. And then, yeah, it was pretty white-knuckled there coming down that other one. Let me tell you, there was one shot by me down there, Fritz, on the straight. One shot by me going, spinning like a damn roller top for about 70 yards. So then I cut through town, come up around, not really have any problems there, and then I come up to the intersection there, and I stopped. There's a car right behind me. Little panel van, company van, comes up from the other side, spins into the intersection, coming right at me. Like coming right at me. I got nowhere to get. I can't dive in the other lane. It's full of cars. I can't back up. There's a car behind me. So, yeah, I was pretty white knuckled. I just threw the truck up in park and held on because that's all I could think to do. Because he was coming right at me. Brother James, just the man I've waited to see. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm alright. How are you?
I was regaling Fritz with my heroics going out in the ice storm Tuesday.
Yeah, I heard you nearly got exploded.
I counted 7 cars in the ditches coming down the mountain. And yeah, it was bad. That panel van damn near hit me. He couldn't have been about the width of your paintbrush away from me, Fritz. Whenever he finally skidded past me. So yeah, I was pretty white knuckled. I needed a fresh change of pants after that one.
Sure.
They weren't blue jeans anymore, I'll tell you that.
I'm just conditioning some brushes,
There you go.
putting a bit of life, cleaning them up and putting a bit of life back into them.
Is that a mohawk I see?
Yeah. I've got a couple of jars of clean water and some soap and some IPA and the brush restorer and the soap, brush soap. So I'm just working through them all and giving them all a point again, cleaning them up. And categorizing them so I can actually find them when I'm painting.
You'll know. Yeah, haven't really had much time to paint this week. I've been busy with that and helping out the sister and working overtime to make up for the hours that I missed on Tuesday. Yeah, that was a hell of a first day. I'm 2.5 hours late, and it's like I told my boss, I was like, hey, sorry I'm late. And she's like, well, you're alive, aren't you? Yeah. She's like, that's all I care about. You can make up your time. As long as you're alive, that's all that matters to me. Don't kill yourself for this place, because I'm not.
Yeah.
This place is amazing. Like the supervisor tells you flat out, don't kill yourself for this place, because I'm not going to either.
That's good.
So, but yeah, she was rough.
I'm glad you're here in one piece. How's moving going, Chris?
Good. Keeping me going. Got a lot done
Going.
today. Got the table set up, but the only thing on it right now is some boxes and stuff. I'll do that tomorrow. I got the books on the shelves. Games are up on the shelves in the other room. What else did I do? Brought in more stuff. Rearranged the kitchen a little bit. I got my toaster oven, my toaster, my rice cooker. Got my crock pot, all that set up, my coffee maker all set up. Clean the counters, clean the toaster oven a little bit anyway. And yeah, did that stuff. That kept me going all freaking day. Cripes.
Yeah, it would.
Got up at 8 in the morning and I've been working constantly. Just got done like an hour ago. Slow but steady. Of course, it is all me. It's nobody else helping me.
Yeah, no one.
It's completely
no one's
me.
giving me a hand. I suppose no one can. I mean, Jesse's working. Sister has a bad back. know,
Yeah. Yeah.
unhelpful and uncooperative.
Yeah. Cats are really loving it. It's nice and toasty. Well, I tell you that though, it's warmer in here than I think I've ever been. You know, during the winter time, I'm usually up in the other house, up in the room there, and it's almost always cold and chilly. I got heaters and it's okay, but man, in here I don't have to even keep the heaters going long, even when it's bitterly cold. So yeah, that's a big deal. Save me some money. Till next year comes and I get the wood coal burner in here, and then it's a whole different ball game.
Yeah, and then you'll be roasting.
We got Fernando in the chat there. Tyrianic. How you doing, Fernando? All the way from Portugal. Haven't seen you in a while.
What you it is? What you it is?
It's fantastic.
Fantasticals. We had a great chat yesterday. It was mostly James and Fred. Yeah, all the way from Sweden. Fred was doing all his printing last night. We were basically watching his printer go at it.
There you go.
It was a good conversation, though. We had a good time. Fernando says, lots of work. You mean lots of work. Lots of work. And my mother broke a leg. More headaches. Wow.
That's not good.
Smashed her leg. I smashed my knee twice. Not yesterday. I think it was the day before when I brought the beds in. I got a box spring. It springs, and those things are solid, heavy, and kind of cumbersome. Taking it down the steps by myself, it's about 6x4. It doesn't give. And I smashed my damn kneecap off one of the iron fittings on there. And one of those pains that was like, you take a pause and you wait for it to hit you in a split second. Boom! You just feel it rack your whole body. Yow! Reminded me when I fell down the steps the one day. I stood there for like 30 seconds just in absolute pain.
Were they icy?
Were they icy?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
No ice. I did smash the same spot again later in the day. I can't remember what I hit the second time, but it was hit the same freaking part of my knee a second time during the day. So yeah, my knee is pretty bad shape now, sad to say.
Same here.
Still hurts.
Same here. My knee face planted the concrete, so that wasn't a party.
No, Jesse isn't in a position to help. He works pretty much every single day. I don't think his wife would let him off the hook to come help me anyway. That's a different story we won't get into here. But yeah.
Maybe not right now.
But other than that, no problems. Everything's been smooth going. The only other time I had a hang up in this whole moving process, which is probably the last 30 days, was the refrigerator. And I talked about that before. Yeah. That was a huge setback for me. But whatever. Carried the bastard out. Carried the bastard out all by myself. Put it down behind the silo. Yeah, I'm gonna look in to see if somebody will pick it up and get it out of here eventually, but I'm not worried about it now.
Yeah, especially with worse weather coming in. Yeah. Hey, you could always take the doors off and use it for a bobsled.
I took the doors off.
It's the easiest way I've found to ever remove them.
Who is this that joined? Is that Fred? Fred, I recognize the tattoos. There he is.
Yes. You've seen them at least.
Yeah, I haven't actually seen you. Well, there you are. Boom.
Yeah, here I am.
There we go, folks. We got Fred with us tonight.
How's it going, homie?
It's all good. I'm gonna have a bit of a sore ear.
Yeah.
My right ear.
Yeah.
Quite sore.
Yeah.
I
That was
managed to.
crazy.
Yeah, it's interesting.
You're not religious, but you got stigmata. Like,
Yes.
not.
Yes. It was an interesting afternoon. I managed to whack myself in the ear with an axe while shopping fire. It's a new one.
I've done that. I've done it. It hurts like a tough bitch for a while.
Yeah, it kind of.
I'm just restoring and categorizing all my brushes like an autistic person.
No.
I'm like saving, because I've been chucking a lot out, and I'm like, I should save the ones that I've been using most recently. Like, I've chucked a lot of old ones out. But I'm like, I should put a bit of life back into this generation that's sitting on my desk. So I got my little process with my IPA and my soap and my water, 2 lots of water, some brush restorer, and some brush soap.
Here you go, James. Got it going on.
And you can really like put a bit of life back into your brushes, just running it through a process like that and like drying it off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that was also a good tip with that gloss varnish, putting a little bit of paint in there and mixing it up. That worked fantastically.
Yeah, well, if you want to do blood, like that's probably how I would do it. Yeah.
I was also
red
thinking
paint.
about doing it for like the hair of those Rangers, like going back over and redoing those hair with that brown, because it did make it shiny.
Yeah.
Oh, Fritz has got the book out.
Good one.
That's second edition, 40K. Yeah, that's second edition Codex Orcs.
No.
Got it sitting on my shelf. And then I've got third edition.
You probably flogged that for like $100.
Third edition
Yeah.
Space Wolves, the little tiny thin books. And they changed it over. Here's the third edition
That thing is
Orcs
probably-
Codex. A little bit smaller. Got
That thing is
Tyranids.
probably really in demand.
Got
Yeah,
Codex
probably
Blood
that one as
Angels.
well. Yeah.
Got Codex Armageddon. Got Codex City Fight. This is all third edition. Third edition, it turns out, was the last edition I played. I thought I played fourth. I never played fourth. I only remember first, second, and third. That's it. So I got these sitting on my shelf here. Third edition I played a lot. That's only a handful of things I have for that, so I hope to play it again. I'm showing this because Ian just got a hold of a bunch of 40K codices. I guess they're codices. I'm not sure what they are, but they're for an edition. He don't know what edition they are. I looked at him and said fourth, but I don't know. I'd have to do some research. Which we might do right now. Let's read the chat here. Percy Block. This is the Walking Wounded podcast. Yeah, we're all in bad shape. Worn out, cripples. Fernando says in 4 weeks I will have like more to I guess I can't read today. In 4 weeks I will have like more 232 millimeter minis to paint.
Nice. What are you doing, Fernando?
He says,
Crazy cat?
for the first time, Fernando says, I will be painting medieval miniatures. A song of
Nice.
ice and fire. Wow,
Oh, yeah.
he's getting into that game. Okay. Let me see if I could find these codices for Ian. He said he picked these up at an auction or something. Warhammer 40k rules book. What edition is that? Let me capture this. Maybe you guys can figure out what edition of 40k this is. It's not fourth.
You showed should. I remember the book, and I never played third.
It's the same. It's the same. It looks like the same. Well, maybe it isn't exactly the same. Yeah, it looks like the third edition Warhammer 40k emblem. It could be fourth. It's a different cover, though. Well, I'm going to share it. You can all take a look at it. Oops. Let me put it over in Discord. 40k.
Hardman says, bummed out. My craft beers are going can only, no bottles. Seems to be too expensive to handle the bottles. My craft beer is $10 to $11 a 6-pack, so charge $11.50 and give me the bottles. Good Lord, have mercy. Kind of glad I quit drinking.
So what edition is that, you guys? It's in the YouTube. I also posted in 40k Discord server. Channel, I should say. I'm going to say that's 4th edition.
So isn't it
Yeah.
a good rating?
Way past my time.
It'd be good reading, and lots of good color schemes in there, and lots of good lore in there. Probably the best, really, back in the day.
Secondhand shop. Well, let's do a Google search. Let's do a Google search.
I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to update my Discord, and I'll be right back.
No worries. No worry.
Let's go over here and look up Warhammer 40k 4th ed. No, that was the cover for 4th edition. It's not 4th edition. Fifth edition, let's see.
That was quick and dirty.
Mm-hmm. Come back.
Doesn't look like it's 5th edition. What the hell is it? Okay, is it 6th edition? No. It's not 6th edition. 7th edition. It's not 7th edition either. That's 8th edition. I had
The 8th is the one that Ian has, isn't it? Or is it
No.
9th?
He's got 9th.
Oh, that's it.
Huh. Possibly 5th. Let's go back to 5th. Maybe it's a special cover or something. What is that anyway, Ian? Is that a hardcover? Big tome? Or is that like a mini rule book? Oh, he says I have that one. No idea which one he's speaking of. The one in red with a banner is the other one. So possibly 5th. Soft Mini. It is on your screen. Well, let me look at your other pictures. I'll remember. Okay, there's that one. There's that one. Red background, a big hammer on the front. Which is 5th edition. All right, he's got 5th edition, 40K. That's what that is. That's right there. That's 5th edition. Wow. Battle for McCrag. Battle for McCrag.
Love me some Ultramarines.
Boo. Dark Angels for me, brother.
Yeah, actually the same for me. Dark Angels, Emperor's Children, and Ultramarine.
Yeah.
That's my top 3.
Gotcha.
Mine's Crimson Fist.
Oh. Weird choice. Yeah. You are Australian, so why not?
Yep, James is one of those weirdos.
Yeah.
He picked them because
They're like
they're the iconic legion that's on the cover of the Rogue Trader rulebook. That's the Crimson
Yeah.
Fists.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, so I get it. I get it.
I almost chose when I started playing 30K last year, I was going to go Dark Angel because that was actually my last, like, farthest army I owned back in the day that I collected
Well,
when they
Dark
came
Angel-
out with the special characters and all.
Just doing the
Well-
starter box and like Dark Angels versus Dark Angels would be cool. Like
Yeah,
with variations on the armor, like the fallen, you know.
yeah. Thing in 30K, they are by far the best legion.
Yeah.
They have so many special, since they have, they already have their Raven Wing. Maybe not, but have so many, like they are top tier in each category of speed, close combat, shooting.
All my brushes partway there.
Wow,
Next, fresh water,
your brush collection.
brush soap. Yeah. Fresh water and constant. Fresh cloth.
I would imagine that putting faces on on miniatures makes them pop.
Are you painting those 2mm
They
again? You are.
Yep. I realized I should put faces on them, and it actually makes a huge difference.
I figured you would have gave up on those.
2mm gamers rise up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got on the bug for sure. It'd be awesome to paint like two mil.
I think 3 mil is even nicer, to be honest.
Then you get miniatures. These.
It's hard to. There's not much range in 3 mil. There is for like moderns and World War II. You know. But, yeah, 3 mil is quite nice. I've seen 3 mil fantasy. It's awesome.
What's the difference? 3mm and 2mm. Come on.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
Oh, go on.
It's not as simple as you think. I think like where I'm at, like the smallest I probably go would be 6 mil, because there are a lot of really good 6 mil ranges, you know, or 10 mil, you know, something like that. Even though John Stallard has confirmed Warlord Epic Scale is true 15 mil. He's put his foot down and he said that's what it is.
True 15? Wow.
Yeah. That's his story and he's sticking to it. I don't know how you feel about that, but no. It is what it is.
Hey, Karma. How you doing, Karma? Karma.
Hello?
Hello.
Howdy. How you doing, fam?
1 second, I gotta put this on speaker, I think.
What's up, my jive sister?
Karma the artiste.
Yeah.
How do I do this? Stop it! Stop it! Stop it.
It's either a cat walking on her head or her boyfriend is walking on her head. Or both.
That's what I'm thinking.
It's a cat meowing at me. I can't figure out how to switch it to what's it? Speakerphone. I'm just making some coffee and then I'll be on my computer.
Speakerphone.
Raspberry Punch for me.
If you hit where it says like the little speaker icon, that might do that.
There is no speaker. There's no speaker icon. There's nothing. I don't know what to do.
You
I'm
can't.
holding it up to my ear and
You can't tap on the community chat button, and it should bring up something.
deafen, server mute. No? I don't see it. I'll just do this with one hand with my phone on my ear. How is everybody?
Good. Tired.
Yeah.
Beat up.
Beat up. How'd you get beat up?
Keep having scary dreams.
Yeah, I know, right? Like I was having
Waking
a
up
white
going
dream.
like, ugh.
He tried jerking another guy off a bike today. That's what it was, and it didn't go
exactly
well.
what it was. I stuffed that son of a bitch right in his back, and he was
Kyle.
kicking and screaming all the way. I tell you, it was
Why are you
terrible.
people love bikes?
Because he pissed me off. That's Nah, I went out to work in all that ice, and my foot went one way and my knee slammed down on the concrete. So,
Oh, that's no good.
Kyle, they've got to let you.
uh,
They've got to let you park a tiny house like on the campus, so you don't have to commute.
Oh, going up the mountain's not bad, but coming off of that summit with a little bit of ice on, yeah, it's a party. It's an absolute party.
Even though I live in a reasonably sized house, I still want a tiny house. I'll
Oh,
play
gosh.
2 mil. I'll play 2 mil war games in it.
When you scrape together some savings and buy a used RV. I did. It's awesome.
My father-in-law had this really nice trailer, which was like very 1950s. Like it had like the nice lines on it and everything like that. It's quite well furnished inside, but I think he sold it for like scrap. I was like, no, I could have made the best studio. Parked it inside the garage.
Garage. The garage.
Garage. Fancy man.
Fancy
So
man.
with a name like Percy Block, I think there's a new fancy man in town.
Sir Percy has arrived.
Sir Percy has arrived. Egad, Sir Percy. Your
Egad.
quiz is all about you.
So I'm in the new place now, Karma.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
That's good.
Army, you got to send him a lava lamp. He needs a lava lamp.
Yeah.
There's a lava lamp?
He needs a lava lamp. It's streaming.
Excuse me. Yeah, I'll be showing more off over the coming days as I get more and more done. I got a lot to sort through. And it's
Yeah,
a lot of
moving
work.
stuff.
Yeah,
More off or more on?
more off.
Moron.
I'm going to be doing
Kush.
more on.
I'm not opening the fridge for you. No.
Right. Give up. Time to give up. I found a rogue brush. I gotta clean it. It's the law.
What's everyone up to?
I'm listening to the sultred sounds of James' voice getting lulled into a lullaby.
I'm cleaning my brushes and organizing them.
Cool.
Anything 2mm British troops. Something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just chilling like a mad villain. I'm relaxing.
Not doing no painting?
No, not tonight. I might break that out tomorrow night. I'm trying to get back in my enthusiastic kind of vibe.
Coffee.
I sent you some cool stuff, Kyle.
Heck yeah. Once again, you didn't have to. Don't put yourself short on my account. Well, Chris, you've been sitting in that chair for a while. How's it feel?
It's good. It's definitely a support type of chair because it feels like it's stiff on the back, but it's kind of sloped in a way where I can't lean back and slouch. It's kind of hard to do that. It's the way the seat is structured. So it's definitely a chair like that, which I like. Good lumbar support.
Here we go.
Yeah, it's good. It'd be good for our Pathfinder game sessions where we sit there for 4 hours playing the game. After a 6-hour chat.
Yeah.
You ever find the path?
We found a few paths.
those previous editions. You'll see, and there's going to be lots of different games you can play with those figures, man. You're going to love one-page rules stuff. They've got a skirmish game. They've got a full 40K size type of game as well, where you're moving squads around. Great stuff.
And awesome print.
Yeah, it's got an old
Awesome
school
print.
feel. The rules aren't cumbersome.
They've got samurai Tau, and
Yeah.
they look better than the actual Tau.
Yeah, and when I start printing up stuff, I'll get you some new armies and stuff. You can have some fun with that. Samurai Tau.
Yeah, I reckon they're better than the real deal. But I'm a cheese ball. I like that kind of thing.
You're a weirdo. I like the
I
Tau.
was actually watching the OPR live stream just before you started streaming today, Fritz.
Yeah, I
I
saw
got
that.
on here.
I saw that. I didn't watch it. I kind of hovered over it for a split second. I was going to watch, but I didn't. What was it about?
Well, one a month, what we're releasing now. Nothing too exciting
Mm-hmm.
as far as I'm concerned, but they actually are ready to roll out Grimdark Warfleet. They are rebranding,
Warfleet.
the Warfleet game, pretty much,
Yeah.
and streamlining it. And
Mm-hmm.
well, I'm really excited. I really like Battlefleet Gothic. It's it's too cumbersome nowadays
Mm-hmm.
to have like a small game.
Yeah.
Have Tyranid fleet and some kind of OPR, whatever. Imperial fleet.
That's a game I didn't play enough of. Me and Jesse didn't play it enough. But I had everything for that game. Multiple fleets for that game, but we didn't play it, so I ended up selling it all off eventually. But this is going to be good, what they're coming out with. And I found a good company that actually makes ships just like the ones from Battlefleet Gothic, STLs.
Yeah.
And I
I
think
think I know the sculpture actually.
yeah, I think I got the
Sculpture,
link
I know
from
what it is.
James, who got it from you.
Maybe.
And I was looking through it with Jesse and saying, "Oh, look at this! They got these cool ships for Battlefleet Gothic like ships. This is cool. I got to do this. Hell yeah!" So yeah, more options.
Looking forward to seeing stuff on the channel.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of there. Get out of there. No. Push.
Kush is one of Karma's cats. Kush.
He's sitting in the fridge. Freaking cat.
He wants to get a beer.
He wants his cheese.
Ah, the cheese wheel.
Definitely the meat and the cheese. That one.
Arthurian loves cheese. He always carries half a cheese wheel with him in his backpack.
Oh,
Someone's got to be able to lead Sheppy around. I mean, goblins love cheese. That's
Yeah,
why
they do.
Arthurian has it like strapped right to the middle of his backpack. That way Sheppy can just smell the cheese and keep on following along.
Mm-hmm.
It's that old proverb of leading a horse to water.
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea that Arthurian just likes cheese that much.
Cheese and ale and garlic.
Garlic. Yeah. We now have coffee.
I haven't had coffee in weeks.
Really?
Yep, I'm on rations.
We had just run out, but luckily we had like $8 laying around. I was able to get coffee and some other things.
I do have some chocolate Ovaltine. Been kind of drinking that a little bit. That's not bad. course, you're after the caffeine. I'm not. Chocolate's got caffeine in it.
A little bit.
I'm drinking green juice, and it's revolting, but it's supposedly good for you.
Oh, you know what I do have? I do have some decaffeinated tea. I've got some green tea. I've got some teas that James sent me, decaffeinated, and I got some from my sister, decaffeinated tea. I'm gonna try that, I think, tomorrow. Could try it tonight. Heat it up. Ian sent me some Yorkshire tea, full of caffeine.
Oh yeah.
I'll save that for Karma. Do you like tea, Karma?
I'll drink it sometimes. Not really black tea. I'll usually drink like a green tea or something without caffeine.
Oh, I got some Yorkshire tea. Right from the UK.
Wow.
Yeah, maybe I'll next time we all get well, when we eventually do meet face to face for our game session and convention we're gonna have, I'll bring some tea for you.
Sweet.
Full of caffeine. You'll be happy as can be.
Oh yeah.
Alcove Con.
Yeah, we'll have to name it. It's all gonna be held at Rachel's house. One of our massive game rooms.
I think I might draw. I wasn't gonna.
There you
Do
go.
it, Karma,
Draw,
do it.
girl. There you go.
Something about being in this channel that makes me want to feel productive.
You
even
are
if I'm
welcome.
not.
You are welcome. I saw a channel today I was watching. I thought of you. And it's this girl, and she's an artist, and she draws. She's just really good. She actually draws with pen and paper, but she was doing a video I was watching here. It was about finding inspiration. And I was going to share it with you. If I see it again, I will. I'll give you the channel. You can look at it.
Okay. Appreciate that.
She was talking today about one of the inspirations for artists is being messy. Because drawing messes, like her example was her kitchen. It's a mess. The sink is full of dishes. She's not washing them. But that she drew as inspiration for drawing. And when she was drawing, she was actually drawing her kitchen sink with all the details and shapes and stuff that you can only imagine. And that's pretty unique.
That's an interesting way to go about finding something to draw.
Yeah.
If you don't have any ideas or whatever, it's a good idea.
If you think about it, imagine a sink where you got pans and stuff and handles sticking out awkward. There's a lot of different shapes and things that that you don't often see, but once you see it, you can draw it, and it's a real I don't want to say challenge to draw. Maybe it is a challenge. I don't know, but it's
Probably
different.
not good. Yeah. Definitely. I'm working on a personal picture because I'm waiting to hear back from a client about their preferences on some stuff. So I just decided to start up something for me, but I've drawn it 4 times now and stopped. Like I don't like how it looks 4 times. This time, I don't know. I might stop again.
Ain't nothing wrong with getting a start on something.
Yeah.
I can't even pronounce that, Ian. Heckman Ike.
Yeah, no, I'm not even going to try it. Mine sounds dirty.
It's in Yorkshire. It's in Yorkshire.
Mine sounds dirty.
Yorkshire tea comes from the tea mines in Heckmondike.
That was not what I thought it said there for a minute.
How old are you, Kyle? Terrible.
29, but still, that was not what I thought it said for a minute.
29. Here I am thinking you were an old soul.
He's a baby.
He's a,
Kyle's a baby.
he's a child.
I mean,
Oh,
I
but I still have eyes.
almost choked when, of the first part of the sentence, Kyle jerked the guy off the bike.
He's always
I've
doing
done
that. There's a
that
lot of
twice
bikers up
now.
there in the mountains.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah. All right then.
You do you, Kyle. Just don't tell me about it.
Got me through this far.
Let's bring up Karma's work here. Oh,
Thought I turned my camera on.
a daemonette.
Yes. More like a demon. Where's my key?
So this is
Hello.
Karma's
Hello.
work that she does. She's in the corner down there. What's on my screen? Oh. So everybody that's watching your stream, if it'll show their camera.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it's showing me.
Oh,
So
I
if
did not
somebody,
know that.
yeah, that's pretty cool. You're down there in the corner next to me.
Oh, I turned my camera on.
I know.
Oh yeah, because you can see me. Hi.
Wow, look at that. She's got little fangs. So this is what Karma does. She's a digital artist.
Yeah. My hobby, it's my dream job. It's everything.
There we go. The only one who doesn't have their camera on is Kyle. What's the matter, Kyle? The camera on.
Phone is charging.
I know. You're not painting tonight anyway.
Oh, not tonight. I might pick it up here in a little while.
You started painting like a batch of figures at the same time. Let's say like a gang of pirates or ogres, skeletons, something. Or are you focusing on single miniature?
I'm single for right now.
Yep.
Kyle's pretty new to the whole thing, and
Oh yeah.
he's mostly a role player.
Yep.
So the miniatures thing is kind of new to him, and I think he's planning to play his first war game with Rangers of Shadow Deep, which is a skirmish game, heavily solo
Mm-hmm.
type game. You know about it, I'm sure. And
Yep.
he's gonna go from there, right, Kyle?
Yeah.
I'm going to start small with that and mainly just kind of focusing on the individual kind of characters for right now.
Yeah.
Like Fritz said, I'm a role player and there's a story to every model that I painted. And yeah, I just kind of wanted to go small instead of going all the way deep. I just wanted to start small and then work my way up from there.
Yeah. The way to do it. Yeah, I was thinking about what you said earlier. Yeah, you've been having a bit of a break and searching for inspiration. And inspiration might be to grab a bunch of models that look the same, or you could do the same color scheme, bang them out and see how that feels. Something different, apart from single model.
Like those giant rats that you got to paint, or those skeletons. Those you'd probably paint all at once.
Yeah.
You only need like what, 5 or something of each or something. I don't know what it is,
I
but
think I need like 4 or 3 each.
yeah, paint all 3 at once. Because as you get more into the gaming side with your miniatures, you'll want to get things done more efficiently and quickly. So you'll tend to batch paint. I mean, that's what I do. That's what
Yeah, that's where you go through, like, you paint every, like, if say like I have rats, I paint all the tails, and then I go through and paint all the fur.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or color-wise, I tend to do color, not art. Like all the brown, all the leathery brown. And you move down the line. I mean, since you already have the whatever color you want to paint the rat tail skin color out, you might as well do the skin wherever else that.
Mm-hmm.
You change your name back to Kyle.
When you did?
Kyle. So nobody gets confused between Bjorn.
Lucky for me, karma is karma.
Just rub it in, Karma. Rub it in. I see how it is.
Yeah.
See how it is.
That is old school, Kyle, says Ian. Each model has a name, rank, and personality.
That's exactly right.
I'm doing that with my sisters of battle. They're all going to have their name. There'll be a sister Karma.
Ooh.
There'll be a sister this and a sister that. I'll come up with all kinds of names. Just because I'm so into the army. Doug says, by the way, how you doing, Doug Noble? Your screen is different and pleasing to see, Fritz. You're welcome, Doug. I'm always trying different things.
Hey, Doug.
That's how I'm starting, because I'm a role player mostly. Ian's interesting. He doesn't really dig the role playing side of the hobby as much as the wargaming, but he's a writer at heart. And he's all about the narrative and the story of his battles, and he goes to great lengths when he does his bat reps in particular to really have a backstory to the battle and to some of the major players in the battle, the commanders, the heroes, whoever they might be. He goes to great lengths to do that. So he does get into that aspect of role playing, which is interesting to me. But he never took to the role-playing game. He doesn't realize it, but he's actually role-playing with his war
That's
games.
how it starts.
I don't mind role playing games at the level of like a starter set or like a few books, but sometimes they are very bloated. Like,
Oh, you
it's
should
a
have
lot-
been with us, James. Sunday.
It's a lot.
Whenever-
It's a lot to take on. It can be a lot to take.
Yeah, it can be a big time thing, but you missed it Sunday, James. I think we were all pretty well up and at it in character. We were all getting after it.
It was fun.
The headsman's axe was coming out. Bjorn was stepping in and saying no. Karma's standing there patting me on the back saying, "Go team!" You know.
Go team.
I was waiting for
No.
the pom-poms to come out.
She was all about you bringing that little girl, whatever, the girl the tiefling girl that we found back to the surface. She was trying to cheer you on. She was on your side. It'd be fun of her for being on your side.
I was expecting pom-poms and like a cheer outfit
She
with
was so
Iomote's.
proud of you. She was so proud of you. That's what Iomote would have wanted.
Yeah, like I expected like the full like cheerleader outfit with the Iamode banners all over the place, like red and gold pom poms.
Red and gold pom poms.
Yep, red and gold pom poms. That's what I was. Yeah.
I see. I see how you think of Karma now.
She was cheering me on as I went out the door.
She was.
And,
He snuck out the door with the girl while the other two were talking, and Karma was just sitting there at the fire, like, "Yep, that happened." Good job.
You guys are a good role playing group, though.
yeah, but it was weird because like I was, like Valor had pulled Cypher away, and I was thinking, all right, Brett, I'm gonna slide into your DMs here a second. Bear with me. And then Fritz was like, make a stealth check. The first and only time that I've ever had a fighter succeed a stealth check.
In heavy armor.
In heavy ass armor, carrying a woman, and I snuck right out of there. I slid out of there like a pimple on prom night, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my god, the things you say. They crack me up.
Yeah, but you laughed at it, so hey.
Like a purple on prom night.
And then I went up James, and I got ambushed, and I still think I could have won that fight. I could have won. They couldn't hit me.
No, they couldn't.
They hit me one time that entire fight.
I was more worried about the girl dying in the fight because you couldn't protect her.
I wasn't worried about her because I could, I had battle prayer and all that, so I had her covered. Plus, I'm like 7'1", and she was like 5 foot nothing. Christ, I could put her right behind me and she'd be safe. Like a wall of flesh.
That's fair. Who knows? Yeah. She at one point she was gonna run, and I was like, "All right, well, if she's gonna run,
gonna run, now's the time to do it."
Well, I mean, I guess so, but I mean, if she had run and she wasn't behind you, like you wanted her to be, just bad things could have happened. So I'm glad we showed up when we did.
Yeah. Well, if I could have kept that door locked and kept the worm out of it, because I hit that big salamander feller for like 2 crits back to back, just boom, boom, decapitated him, then I punted his head across the floor like a sandbag. Yeah. And then we just kind of, it went downhill from there, James. They just were all over the place. There was bodies flying every which way but loose.
Nice.
Ooh. Nice card, Fritz. Like it. Does that come in an STL model?
I don't know. That's one of my nephew's little toys he left for me so I don't get lonely. It's one of his little cars. He's got a ton of toys here. I got a big box loaded with stuff. Here's a little dump truck.
We're going to have to get him involved in this, and he's going to have to start playing with it.
Oh, yeah. That's the plan. Got a little dump truck.
But yeah, James, it was very morally ambiguous. We were down there, and we found a individual that I had actually let go. Well, Bjorn had actually saved and let go once before.
Mm-hmm.
Bjorn had a nice pep talk with her and said, hey, get your head out of your butt and quit serving demons and I'll let you live. Okay, I promise. And then we come walking back and there she is in a hallway all beat up. And it's like, okay. So, saved her again. And then it just became a thing from there where now what do we do with her? Me personally, I was content to just leave her in the safe room till we could get like a set of armor for her and then give her a set of armor and a map, and I was going to take her all the way back to Atari, but I'm not Bjorn. So, yeah, she's just going to get a little trip to the top of the tower, and that's all it's going to be.
Yeah, I would have been perfectly fine leaving her in the safe room, or the hallway for that matter. I mean, but Karma in the game was very different. Unfortunately, she has morals to uphold.
That was hard for me to roleplay because I was like, I'm going to have her wait. And then I was like, but do I really want to have her wait? Should I just jump up right now and do it? And then, that happened. So, yeah. we were kind of playing fast and loose with the headman's axe for a while, and that was a party.
It's fun. Good time.
Well, it's role play, it's that morally gray, yes, we have a mission, but damn it, we need to do the right thing. We can't just give her a loaf of bread and say get,
I know.
Yeah, you can't just motor hobo it.
Oh, I absolutely could have, but Bjorn ain't. Yeah,
Not
yeah.
satis-
Bjorn
it's not
will just-
satisfying to do that all the time.
Well, I have no problem picking a fight, but yeah, Bjorn is not that. So he's very very defensive with it. Especially seeing that she was as injured as she was, he kind of was very protective real quick.
A bit more circumspect. He's a dwarf, right?
No, he's 7'1" human.
Okay.
He's like a giant of the group.
You did have a dwarf character though, didn't you?
Oh yeah, Arthurian. I played Arthurian for what, Fritz? A year?
Yeah, there's still Arthurian. Arthurian, Althea, and Karma's new character are on their way on a mission to the mainland beyond the inner sea. So that's a little spin-off campaign we're playing. We'll focus more on that once the Abomination Vaults concludes. It's going to be more.
Fun.
It's going to be more of a sandboxy thing, more of my kind of style of game. It's not going to be an AP. But yeah, we're going to do that. So their story isn't over. They're only level 6.
Yeah. That's going to be different, picking up Arthurian. And yeah, I've got all these feats and stuff on Bjorn, and I'm going to be like bare bones in it with Arthurian there.
Yeah, it's fun.
Oh, I love Arthurian. He's been one of my most beloved characters that I've ever played in any kind of game, and that says a lot because I played a few characters that were just up there, top notch, and Arthurian's one of them. Wasn't the case at the beginning.
Squirrel Hermit's in the chat. How you doing, Squirrel?
Hi.
Hey, squirrel.
Yeah, I've been missing Squirrel. Been watching your little video updates. Packing up your paints. And your Reaper box. So our next session is Sunday, of course. We'll see how that goes. We're going to be missing Rachel. How you doing, Nerdy Ogre? I haven't talked to Nerdy in a while. How you doing, my friend?
There you go.
What's up? It's been ages. We got old.
There's Zedabrock.
Everyone's here.
There's Nerd's
Nerd.
Nerd. Boy, they're all coming at once. What's going on here?
Hey guys, good to see you.
All the nerds have arrived.
We're here
I'm at home.
in full force.
Bunch of nerds.
In the old table. All
Mhm.
my brushes are now conditioned.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Fantastical. Well done, James.
Well, I'll probably run it through the brush soap and the water and fresh cloth like one more time, but just give it a few hours to dry out. And it's to really perfect the points.
There's Arn Man. How you doing, Arn?
inject a bit of life back into them.
Yeah, you're doing good, James. Getting a lot done.
Yeah, I must have done about 30, about 20 brushes. Yeah. Cleaned them about 4 or 5 times. Anyway, I'm going to pop out for a little bit and return to word chat, give everybody a bit of room, and have a rest while this does its thing.
Okay, James.
See you guys.
Bye.
Have a good one, brother.
Premium.
Doing good, Nerdy Ogre. Nerds of America and the British Empire unite, says Doug Noble. James's ghost is still in the chat for some reason. Let me help you out here, James. Disconnect him. There he is again. Oh, no, he's gone.
He said, yeet, nope, I'm out.
I disconnected him. He was probably still pushing buttons, trying to get out of it, thinking he was still here. I got you, James. I got you. The topic of the day. I did actually have a topic tonight. I forgot what it was. Well, there's my good friend Byron. How you doing, Byron?
How you doing?
How's everything, Byron? Stargrave.
That should be the topic for today.
Have a good night, Ian.
Getting on for midnight here. Off to bed. Have a good one, guys and gals. You too, Ian. You take care. I'll stream again tomorrow. Again, I'll try and do a little earlier if I can. It's always good talking to Ian. Been talking to him as long as I've been streaming. He was the very first person I ever voice chatted.
Oh, wow.
Over a decade ago. And I still got that video. We talked about the psychology of warfare. A long time ago. Yeah, Ian just had a birthday, I think, last week. I did have a topic. I'm trying to think what the heck it was. Oh, it's... Do a round table right here. Here's the question, folks. Prepare yourself. Ready, Kyle, with the claps and the... Be ready to hit some buttons. You never know when something comes into gear here, right?
Okay.
That's right, folks. We're about to hit the competition zone right now. First question of the day. Are you ready, Karma? I see you focusing. I see you focusing. Let's see. What was the question? All right. This is for gaming. What is the single game you're most excited about coming in 2024? The one game that stands out for you, you're just chomping at the bit, you're breaking out in sweats. You can't wait to get your mitts on this fantastic game coming out in 2024. Could be a war game, could be a miniatures game, could be a role-playing game, skirmish game, tactical game, grand tactics, whatever. What would it be? It could be a card game. What would it be? We're going to start off We're going to start up with Fred.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, putting me on the spot. I actually don't. I'm looking forward to a lot of games that are already out that I'm getting into. Like for example, getting into Napoleonic is super exciting for me, and I'm gonna do ACW and spaceships and do small, tiny Grimdark. Yeah, the list goes on. Great Nordic War.
Great Northern War.
Yeah, the Great Northern War,
Charles
1700, and yeah, Charles.
Sweden,
So,
Russia.
then yeah, probably gonna do an Ottoman army for the Turks, because why not? But yeah.
So you're pretty much all over the place with that answer. So, because I haven't really talked to you, only yesterday, honestly.
Yep.
So here's a couple more questions specifically for you. How long have you been actively gaming miniatures?
Oh man, I started playing my first ever dip into, say, gaming that is not Risk or Monopoly was in '87, and we banged off with role playing, pretty much. I played one of the first ones I played was the Lord of the Rings, like the dumbed down version of Rune. Mer, I guess. Yeah, Middle Earth role playing game.
That's it, by Iron Crown
One of
Enterprises.
the first one. Yeah. So pretty much since then, and then you grow older. So I started with music, late teens. That took over, and then you get kids, and yeah, stuff comes and goes. But pretty much since '80s, had a huge part of my, say, from the early '90s to mid '10s, maybe, or mid zeros, I guess, 2006 something, where I was really deep into miniature war. But then, yeah, you have to be a dad, and you have to work, and you have to do all of that stuff. Took a back seat till about a year ago, 1.5 years, with miniatures. Before that, me and the missus, I remarried a bunch of years ago, and we played a lot of board games, both amongst ourselves, with friends, and now it's miniatures for me, and she plays.
So that explains why you're all over the place.
Yes.
What you're looking forward to. So yeah, you're kind of getting back into the groove and getting the feel, and your mind is spinning all the things you could do, especially with printing. So I get it.
Yeah, and printing and money, I guess. Never had it when I was young, and having kids, I never had it. And well, I'm not a rich guy now either, but I have more disposable income. Kids, has a good job. She has a grown-up job. Yeah, but yeah, that's why I'm all over the place. And the historical side of things is, I played DBM or NDBA or DBM and DBA back in the 90s. Now that I'm getting back into it, there's so much I want to do. I want to have an army of each page, pretty much. At least book 1 and 2.
I was just looking at my stuff I brought in recently, and I found a bunch of DBM books. The older versions of the stuff, the old Army List books and stuff.
So,
and I immediately thought of you.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much my thing. I'm getting back into the hobby big time. looking forward. I'm kind of looking back a bit. Stuff came out earlier. But if I want to dream, I would love to have a new Europa Universalis game come out.
Yeah.
EU4 has run its course. It's time for a new one.
That's a pretty big game.
Yep.
And do you currently play with a club? Or do you do solo stuff or friends, neighbors in the garage?
It's a club without being a club, pretty much. We are, what are we, like 10, 12 people, and growing a bit. A lot due to my hot demos I've had the past month. And the core of it is basically DBM. That's like where everyone is, and then we branch off into different small groups with different games. The 6 mil early war, World War II stuff. We're a couple of guys, 3-4. We are currently running a Gaslands campaign. 6 or 8 people. So, yeah, gamers being gamers.
Awesome. One more question for you specifically is, since you're in Sweden, you've been in the hobby since the 80s. What is the current state of the hobby, specifically wargaming with miniatures, like over in Sweden currently?
It has never been better. Like everywhere, I think that the hobby is growing. The pandemic was good to the hobby.
Yeah.
More people got back into it and new people started. Board games are huge over here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Role-playing games have always been really, really huge.
That's true.
And we have a bit of a different, let's say, outlook on role-playing games. It's Drakar Demoner. We use the basic system, basic role, pretty much, and we have always done a lot of theater of the mind, like even from the early start, and was really weird for us to pick up Old White Dwarfs, whatever all the magazines called, both from the UK and from the States. And people were playing with miniatures. That was always weird to us. We played war games with miniatures, role-playing games. But yeah, the state of miniature war games is awesome. It's like everywhere. The young people are not there because it's so expensive. There's a lot of 40 to 50-year-olds who have disposable income playing. Especially GW games, that's the big one everywhere.
Mm-hmm. But there's no big conventions over in Sweden proper. I imagine you go over to Germany and some of the conventions there, maybe even the UK.
mean, we are only 10 million in this country, and it's a big country.
Mm-hmm.
So, seeing to our, if you look at our population demographic, who goes to conventions, we have a very healthy convention scene. I think the biggest ones are like, not sure if I want to guess, like 1,000 people maybe. And there's at least a convention every month somewhere in Sweden. Most of them might be 400 people, 300 people, or something like that. They are, people come out and go to convention. The convention scene has changed a lot, though. It used to be like role-playing games, one-off, like short one. 3-4 hour session, played like a scenario, pre-made. It used to be that and miniature, pretty much. And nowadays the board games have taken over. So much board game.
Nice. You're getting back into the hobby at just the right time, Fred. Fantastic.
Yeah, the hobby has never been better, to be honest.
Well, that's good. That's good. So what you're looking forward to in 2024 is just getting deeper into the hobby and seeing what's out there and what else tickles your imagination. That's the plan.
Thank you. It's a hard question. I had to think about it. To be honest.
Okay, let's go to next up, and that's going to be Kyle. It's your turn, Kyle.
Oh my.
What are you looking forward to the most in this hobby of ours, this wonderful hobby? Not exclusively miniatures, but role playing as well, board games, and what are you looking forward to the most in the coming year? Getting into.
The Starfinder playtest. I'm looking forward to that. Definitely going to be interesting to play Starfinder, which Karma basically Starfinder is Pathfinder in space, and it's going to have the same Pathfinder 2e, 3 actions. I'm excited for that, and the Pathfinder remaster itself. Can't wait to crack that bad puppy open, make a few characters, see how it goes. Outside of that, I really haven't really been looking. Just kind of been focusing on that, but I do enjoy, the little bit that the Starfinder updates have been coming out a little bit, like that soldier class or whatever. Definitely looking forward to giving that a good read through at the very least. Yeah, just pretty much Starfinder and the Pathfinder remaster. Get to see what they do with that. See what classes change and how they change.
Yeah, that's already out. But what about with miniatures? Because I know you're just getting into the painting side of the hobby and wargaming as well. You looking forward to anything specific regarding that?
Looking to start my Rangers of Shadow Deep campaign next year. It's going to be kind of a small little thing. I'm only going to, do a few little scenarios at first. Have a few little, smaller scale kind of engagements until I get my head wrapped around it, and then I'm going to probably play that a bit. Probably quite a lot. I'm looking forward to dipping back into that because I played Rangers of Shadow Deep, but never with miniatures. So I'm excited to give that a plucky kind of drop down and set some minis down and give it a go. Yeah, I'm really excited for that. I love the lore of it. I love the ethos that it makes. Yeah, I'm just excited for Rangers of Shadow Deep, and then see what else is out there that I want to give a go.
Fantastic. Well, much like with Fred, I think you've got a lot of things to be excited about in 2024 regarding the hobby. There's a lot of good things coming out, a lot of things that are going to tickle your fancy, miniatures as well as role-playing games. And we're going to be experiencing some of that in the coming year, at least from my side of the screen. I'm going to be running a bunch of new games. Yeah. Fernando says in January I will be at BelotaCon convention at Badias. Badias is Portugal, Spain. That is on the border with Portugal. It's in Spain. The border with Portugal. Interesting. Fernando, we got to get you in the chat one of these days, and you can tell us all about the state of the hobby over there in Portugal.
Gotta pop in again, actually, because I actually figured one thing out that I'm really looking forward to, and I've been the edge of my seat over for the past 6 months or something. And it's one of my favorite sculptors at the moment, called Henry Turner. He's on Patreon and all the other sites.
Mm-hmm.
He does a lot of 6 to 15 mil historical stuff. And he will start working on his World War II range in 6mm come the first quarter next. I'm super looking forward to that because that's something that is really lacking. 6mm aficionado. There is no STLs out there for infantry.
Yeah.
Bicycle companies and all the weird.
Yeah.
There's nothing, and he's making that. Also,
That's cool.
yeah.
And that leaves us with one more participant. And that's going to be Karma. Karma, what are you most excited about in 2024 regarding this hobby? It could be card games, because I know you play Magic the Gathering.
I'm always excited to see what they come out with for Magic the Gathering, but I don't know if I'm necessarily super excited about anything particular. I don't know if it's coming out in this year, but I'd like to see a new Skyrim. I don't know.
Skyrim, I've never played.
Oh my! Even I played Skyrim, and I'm like crawled out from underneath a rock a couple years ago.
Well, I do everything, right? So on my priority list, PC gaming is kind of towards the bottom. So I don't have enough time to jump in all these different
fair.
games.
It's a fun role-playing game. I like the lore of Skyrim, the lore of Elder Scrolls. It's like, even what I'm drawing right now is from Elder Scrolls.
I played Elder Scrolls for years.
So with this whole Skyrim thing, Kyle probably could have foresaw me saying something like that.
I did. I just kept my mouth shut.
We met over a Skyrim type game, Elder Scrolls game, but Elder Scrolls Online is how we met. So it makes sense that I guess I'd be looking forward to a new Elder Scrolls franchise game.
Well, that'll be fun. Well, let's change the question a little bit. Let's say, for you, Karma, if there was a type of game besides PC, because we know where you set with that, Skyrim. If there was something else, like in the role playing, which you're kind of jumping into, kind of new with it right now, is there something in particular with the role playing hobby that you're really curious about or most interested in? Something that stands out that you've been thinking about or heard about and want to learn more? Is there anything like that that comes to mind?
I don't know a lot about the role-playing tabletop scenario, so I guess I'm a little uninformed, but I'm very curious about the entire thing. I've for my whole life I've been a computer gamer, and it's the only experience I've had with tabletops is like Monopoly or Chutes and Ladders, So I don't really have the tabletop experience, but I'm looking forward to seeing more role playing games, first person, like playing different stuff. My headset fell off.
Careful.
He almost threw that thing across the room. I seen it, guys.
But I guess in general, I don't know how to quite answer the question, but in general, I'm excited to see more, tabletop stuff, learning more about like the mini stuff that you guys do, and I love the fact that it's artistic like that, and I could get into it being an artistic hobby. I don't know anything about the wars you guys do with minis. I know there's like games and like rules and stuff like that, but if I ever got into something new, it might be painting minis at some point.
Yeah, that's the artsy side in you. Yeah, I could see that. I should point out also that Karma's pretty involved with LARPing, live action
Yes.
roleplay.
More new to that as well. You
Yeah.
know, I'm in my very first LARP ever, and I'm having a great time with that as well. But it's just tough trying to learn how to, act basically when you have very little to no experience in acting as a character.
Mhm.
Well, I don't have little to no experience, but a little to no experience acting as a character as yourself is doing it. Like, I have a lot of experience acting as a character and role playing behind a screen with like writing and text RP, but yeah, falling into character and then using your voice to portray your character, that's so foreign to me. It's very difficult.
You do it well.
So,
Well, I appreciate that.
so since we're talking about that with you, let's change the question a little bit and put it out there. How was your experience so far playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition with our little group every Sunday? How was the experience so far? I mean, is it what you expected?
Definitely not what I was expecting, but I didn't have a whole lot of expectations going into it. I didn't know what to expect all that much. But I'm having an absolute blast going in and, trying to allow myself to like let go of who I am and just be somebody else for a while. That might be why I like the technical side of it so much, is that it's something that I can easily wrap my head around when I feel like I'm so poorly adjusting to the role play of it all.
You do absolutely fantastic. Don't let anybody ever tell you
Well,
any different.
it's I don't have, what's it called, like a lot of self-esteem, so it, like, when I try to like role play with the group and stuff and like keep it going, but I feel sometimes like I'm how do I say, not holding you guys back but not keeping up, you know what I mean?
Yeah, sometimes you get what I call lost in the cracks. You're kind of like, what's going on and how do I do this? And
Yeah.
especially as whenever I first started my tabletop, I felt very much the same, and you get over that with time and experience. I mean, and putting yourself into those situations and role playing those scenarios out, you really do get over it. The more experience you have, the better you do. Like your first session with us, you were kind of slowly role playing with us at the beginning, but by the end, you were kind of getting into it a lot. So.
Yeah, it's definitely, when I feel like I'm getting into it, it's a little bit easier, but it takes a while to ramp up to that, especially if I don't give it a little bit of like prep time beforehand. I feel like that's definitely more necessary than I initially thought, which is like you sit there for a moment and you think, okay, time to get into character.
Yeah, and then you're confronted with a choice, like say, like if you kind of come in thinking that something's going to go this way, and then we find a civilian and we have a 45-minute debate about it. Yeah, that was not. Yeah, I was not prepared on that one.
Good on Fritz for that, keeping us on our toes.
I was definitely not expecting that. Like I was expecting, a creature perhaps, but it's kind of those, on the fly kind of role play moments where you really learn, what the character does, and even I still have these moments, and I've been in this campaign since pretty damn near the beginning of it, and I still have those moments at times where it's like, all right, how do I do this? How do I react to this?
Yeah, definitely. But I'm adjusting, and I'm having a lot of fun playing. Definitely.
And we're all having a good time with you, Karma. So, welcome aboard. You're doing well.
Thank you.
It's all about having fun.
Yeah.
Iron Man chimes in. 2024 is the year for Horde Wars for me. I will run a couple sessions over the holidays to kick it all off. Congrats, Iron Man. That'll be fun for you. Horde Wars. I remember him talking about that months ago. I keep getting confused between Horde Wars. Is it a miniatures game or an RPG? I think it's an RPG. So, yeah. Who's next? Well, that's it. All right, time for another question. The winner of that round is... Get ready to hit those buttons, Kyle. Our winner of round 1, earning 1 point, is... Fred's Factorium. Congratulations, Fred.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
You just won a brand new painted army, painted by Kyle himself. Any scale.
Thank you.
Up to 300
Hey,
figures
now.
maximum.
Any
Do me,
scale? No,
please.
wait a minute here.
2 mil Austrian. Thank you.
I gotta pop out, guys. Have a good night.
All right, Carmen, you
Yep,
take
as
care.
well.
Later.
She got intimidated by round 2. That's it. I'm out of here.
Or I'm happy that she didn't win round 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carmaine like that.
Nerdy Ogre says 2024 is going to be my year for being a GM.
There
Yes,
you go.
it is. Yes, it is, Nerdy. Good luck on that. Keep working hard at it. Keep your focus. Get the right group of players with you, and you're all set. Should be a blast.
It's all about having that right team, you know, because you can be the world's greatest GM, but if you don't have the right team, then it's not going to go smoothly.
Playing RPGs, that's always, for me, been like a group. It's about the group.
Yep, team play. It's
Team play.
Exactly.
We create something together.
Yep, and we fight together. We go through these encounters together. You know, we have each other's backs. You know, it's the same thing.
Create the story together. Write the
Yep.
book, so to speak.
Yep, exactly. You know, there's no heroes yet that did it all by themselves. No, they had help. So you got to have that team aspect to it.
Now, to get back to this question again, I'm looking forward to breaking out my miniatures again, getting on my table, doing some bat reps, and playing a bunch of different things. In particular, my sci-fi stuff, my 40K themed stuff, as well as getting back into my Napoleonics 28 millimeter. That's something that's my forte. That's my thing. That's my jam more than anything else is Napoleonic history and warfare and all that good stuff. Always has been since I was a little kid. So that's a big thing, and I hope to get a start on that. So I'm kind of like with Fred here. I'm a little bit, spread around a few different things that I'm looking forward to most. And my course with 3D printing now, it's going to open up a lot more options for me as well, and I'll be doing that this year too. So yeah, a lot more miniatures games. And I'm looking forward to some more board games that I haven't played yet. I used to always buy a game, and I always made sure that when I buy a game, I played at least one time, sometime during that year, before I put it back on the shelf. So I got a backlog of board games to play. I'm looking forward to that too. Role-playing? I'm looking forward to Starfinder. The new improved. And I'm looking forward to some other games, some of which we have played behind the scenes, Kyle. Quack, quack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that this year, or 2024 rather, and doing some other little things here and there. So, yeah, I'm kind of spread around a little bit too. Can't think of anything that really got me interested more than anything else. It's just everything all together.
Yep.
Yeah. It's been a while for me. So, got John Longshore chiming in. So just wondering, can you play GMT Great Battles of History using miniatures instead of cardboard counters? I thought about it. How it would work. When I had my 15 millimeter armies for DBX, what would be a unit, you know? How would it work? How would I want to do it? But it's definitely doable. But I've never done it.
Well, I think I'm gonna bow out of here and go run some hot water over this knee, and then I'm gonna go relax.
Gotta do some soaking.
Yep, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Yeah, that thing is tender. My God, let me take.
Well, you smashed it. Come on. Of course you gotta get recuperated there. I don't blame you.
Yeah, so do you.
Damn. Yeah. That was a couple days ago for me. I'm still feeling it though. Jeez.
Well, I got a pretty good bruise on it. The entire top of my kneecap is black and blue.
Yeah.
Gnarly looking. Yeah, but y'all be safe, have fun, stay dirty. I love yous, and I'll see y'all in the morning.
All right, Kyle. Take care, my friend. I'll see you
Later, Mal.
tomorrow. Once again, it's down to me and Fred.
Yeah. Burning the midnight oil.
Yes.
Right, I'm at least, what is it? 20 past 1.
John says, "Oh no, you both are wounded again. Who would have thought?" Yeah, I smashed my knee. The one I had when I fell down the steps earlier this year. That I smashed just a couple of days ago. I smashed it again carrying out a box spring. Yeah, that hurt. That things happen. Didn't slow me down. It did for like 20 seconds.
You feel it afterwards, right?
What's
When you
that?
sit down. You feel it when you sit down.
Yeah, I'm feeling it right now. That's why I keep mentioning it. Damn thing. Doug says, "I feel your pain, guys. I soak my ankle with hot water and Epsom salt every day." How is your leg, by the way, Doug? It's been a couple months, hasn't it? He got a pretty nasty injury a few months back at work. Did you break your leg, Doug? He did something pretty nasty to his leg. Oh yeah, that's right. I want to look at his post. Let's see where that is. Whoops. Oh, damn it. It's good to be streaming again. It's been a while.
Social. Sure.
Do you find you get a lot more done in these streams, Fred?
Yeah, I gotta say that I'm more productive with someone
Yeah.
paint along or something,
Mhm.
depending on. I really enjoy that. The feeling I get when I watch your channel and the people here and everything. It's quite chill, quite soothing, quite relaxed, interesting. Most other, painting streams or whatever, it's either stuff that I'm not interested in or very TikTok generation, aim to the TikTok generation, high energy.
Some chats can be more distracting than they are something you can be productive in, I find. Usually they get deep into topics or something and you get very sidetracked. If you're trying to paint along to that, it's not always as productive. So there is that. But we found out a long time ago, we're going back to 2012, when we first started doing these, there was no intention of painting any miniatures while we talk. We just come up with a topic and we just start chatting. And after about 3 sessions of that, somebody, i.e. me, decided, you know what, I'm going to paint some of my flames of war while we sit here and talk. And I pointed the camera down at it, and the rest is history. So this is going way back before a lot of people were even contemplating doing that on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, we called it a paint and chat. And yeah, I still got those episodes, and that's how it all got started. And then we realized, after doing this for weeks and months and years, that, this is amazing because you end up getting so much done. And I guess it's because of the conversation. You're lost in the conversation while you're painting, and you don't realize that you're getting all this stuff done. So
it becomes like a mindful exercise.
Yeah, it's great.
Just chugging it away. Yeah.
So I've been doing it ever since. Haven't really stopped.
I would like to do it as well. I think the problem is you need to have a certain time. Put kind of words to put on it, but you need to have that kind of tension, peripheral view or whatever, so you see actual chats pop up if someone types it.
Mm-hmm.
To be able to interact with it. Talking is not a problem, but to keep the focus on both painting and watching the chat and trying to say something intelligent. That's hard for me. It's I guess it's also a thing that you learn as you go by. When you do it, it's a craft like anything else.
It's taken me a long time to figure this stuff out, man. But yeah. I go a little bit overboard with my streams. I mean, I got pictures, I got animations, I got sounds, I got music, I got background, I got foreground, I got upside downs, I got everything. And it's totally unnecessary to do all that, really.
Yeah.
Just as simple as, just going live from your phone. YouTube. It's as simple as that, and boom, bring it and send out some invites, and there you go.
Yeah.
That's how we started doing it. I just like to get a little fancy, that's all.
But it's part of the hobby. I mean, it's a hobby in itself.
It is. I do enjoy it. I do enjoy the streaming stuff and all that.
You get to meet interesting people.
Yeah, you do. Oh my gosh. I've met so many people from around the world. Made a lot of great friends. Crazy. From around the world, Like Athens, Greece, my good friend Nick. I got a couple friends up in Finland. Of course, up there in Sweden. Got you there, Fred.
Mm-hmm.
All over the place. Portugal. That was a new one. Fernando there. He's a pretty great guy. Of course, Australia, James. I know quite a few people from Australia. They're wacky, I'm telling you. I don't know. A bunch of weirdos, I'm telling you. But it's all good fun.
Yeah, I can't shake the feeling. It's now with the printing. I mean, for me, it's magic. It's science fiction that I have a thing next to me that's printing out.
Mm-hmm.
A thing that I downloaded off the World Wide Web. Completely insane. But it's the same feeling I had the first time I joined a chat line in, it was 94, living together with friends in an apartment. We shared an apartment. And the guys were getting like PhDs.
Mm-hmm.
So they had internet connection through their university, which we could, dial up, of course. I joined some, some early version of a Java chat. And I started talking to people in, was it like the UK, the United States, wherever else it was at the same time. And my mind just, exploded. It was so cool. And I still experience magic from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
But this shouldn't be happening. This is insane.
Yeah,
And it's so cool.
it is.
Everything we read about and dreamed about kids.
Yeah.
My Bluetooth headset is better than Lando Calrissian's cyborg friend up in Cloud City that he sends a message to.
Yeah.
And that just blows my mind. I don't have a Starship yet.
Nope. It's coming.
It's coming.
You'll be able to print it. You'll be able to print it.
Wouldn't download a Starship, would you?
In parts. Doug says, yeah, it's a couple of fractures on my ankle. Couldn't work for 3 months. Yeah, you're doing better now, right, Doug? Must be. Battle injuries. I saw your picture, by the way, Doug. Your cavalry. I can't share it. Actually, let me do something else. I can't log into my Facebook through this browser. But what I can do, because I'm on incognito, what I can do is I can capture it and put it in Discord and share it over there. So let me do that. We'll take a look at your painting projects so far. Let's see. Let's put it in miniatures wargaming. Some Napoleonics that Doug has done. Doug's work so far. Oops. Let's post that. There. Let's check it out. There it is. Got some Hussar. What regiments, Doug? Got some red coats and some blue coats. Or is that a dark green? That guy in the back there looks like he has a dragoon cap on. What's up with that, Doug?
They call them very old school.
He's got the horses white for the musician. It's kind of minimal with the socks. Which is good. Horses with socks were seen as inferior horses. So you didn't see as many of them. When there was a choice, they wouldn't use them. Oops, I wasn't showing it. Let me share it again. I wasn't looking at the screen. There we go. There they are. Let's see what Doug says. The 7th and the 6th Hussar. Okay, there they are. 15 mil. Now Doug, he's one of those guys who likes to play around with different sets of rules. I don't think he really has a favorite. He's always playing a different game, so his basing, I really don't know what his standard is for basing. You'd have to explain that, Doug. Something that allows you to play these different roles. I think he's played everything from General de Brigade to that Osprey one that came out recently, which I can't think of the name of.
A wild guess would be 40 by 40 mil bases. If it's 28 mil scale miniature.
I think he's got two guys on each base. 2, 4,
Yep.
6, 8. I think, or is that 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, he's got 8 in a regiment. So that'd be 2. I painted up some models for him. I did both regiments of Württemberg Light Dragoons, as they were referred to. Both regiments, 15 mil. Boy, did they look good. Damn. And I say that not because of my painting skills, but because the models were actually Old Glory, but they were actually really good Old Glory sculpts, which is rare because they're usually hit or miss. But these were really good. Hand-painted flags and everything. Seventh are green and red. Sixth are red and blue, mostly. Well done, Doug. Okay, let's get back to the chat here. Boom. For cavalry, square bases. So what size are those bases? I should know because I based your figures for you. 240 by 40? We're using inches. Inch and a half. Be about an inch and a half with 40 mil square. Let me actually look at those figures. Where is Doug? There they are. Let's do a display capture and show these off. Let's see, display capture. There they are. There's the 15 mil I did for him. Both regiments of Württemberg. Oh, 1 inch square bases, he says. Wow, that's tight. They fit.
Never would have guessed.
Yeah, that's pretty tight. It's only 2 guys, though. So here's the Old Glory miniatures that I did for him. These are Württemberg Light Dragoons. Both regiments. Let's see if I got the flags. There's the flags for both regiments. Again, I hand painted these. on paper. I didn't print them out. Those are hand drawn.
Oh, they were 15 mil fig. Okay.
Yeah, 15 mil Old Glory. And these were really well done sculpts. So we were fortunate to get some Old Glory figures that were actually well done, because usually their figures, like I said, are hit or miss. They're out of scale with each other. It's like they got multiple sculptors going at these models, and they don't have the same idea of what is in scale. Some guys are big, some guys are small. Sometimes the detail sucks, but these were fantastic. So it was a real joy to paint them.
Yeah, my Gepid army is Old Glory. And it kind of sucks because, all the things you said that is true for them. They are they are made of metal. That's the goods. And the rest is they are really weird. And it kind of sucks because I need more knight miniatures and can't find anything in style. I need to buy from them and import them from the States. I'm buying poorly made miniatures, big dollars. I don't know. It's a hard sell.
Yep.
Or a hard buy.
Yep.
And I gotta do it because it's my DBMM army.
I hear you.
At least 4 more elements.
That's another thing I like about DBX gaming, is it's relatively convenient. I mean, outside of building your army from the get-go, which is a lot of models to get together. But after that, it's like, I'm going to paint an element. I'm going to paint a couple elements, Next month I'll add another element of cavalry. You're only painting a few figures at a time, and that's a unit. That's your element is your unit, and I like that about that. You can just add
it's
miniatures.
easy to add. Yeah, it's easy to add to your existing force.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's of course it's point blades and everything that like we all know. I mean, you can build something different if you paint up 3 more silhouettes. Have a different arm.
Yeah.
I love my 15 mil.
You do.
Yeah. And actually everything smaller. 2 mil, this is a test project.
You're crazy.
It's a bit weird. But the math, the effect you get. Imagine having like a DBX army made of this, and you base these minis. You take, I don't know, put 6 of them on each small element for light. Yeah.
Do you get
It's
them
going to be 36 miniature on an element, 20 by 40 or 40 by 20.
Mm-hmm. I was big into 15 millimeter for years and years and years. I started off with 28 heroic scale GW stuff. They were the first ones I ever really paint. Well, that's not true. I painted all Partha fantasy stuff, which were more like true 25s.
Oh yeah.
But I did those, and then I did GW stuff for the longest time. And then when I got hardcore into historicals, I went into 15 mil, because back in the 80s and 90s, 15 mil was really that was the common scale people collected and painted, especially with ancients and Napoleonics. And I got into it. That was the Wargamers scale. So I was hardcore 15 mil forever. And it wasn't until recently, like maybe 5 years ago, I started painting 28 millimeter Perry American Civil War Zouaves, and I loved it. I just fell in love with the scale all over again, the 28 mils. And I haven't looked back. They are my favorite scale for historical, sci-fi, everything. 28s, because I enjoy the painting so much. So that's what I do. And I ended up selling all my 15s because of it. But
Weird.
I get the interest in 15 mil though. I get it.
If I could choose, I would probably like force my gaming group to switch to 6.
Terrible.
I mean, it's it's awful. But imagine it's so fast to paint it. Even if you slap the paint on, it looks so good. You know.
Well, I forgot. I did get into 10 mil for quite a while. I did 10 millimeter Napoleonics. I don't know if you've ever seen my stuff,
Yeah, some of it.
but that was a big deal for me going into 10 mil. This is before I got into 28s. And to me, there was a brief moment where I said, oh, this is the ultimate scale. This is what I'm going to go with for all my stuff. But I only did it with Napoleonics. But there was a reason for it. The main reason was because for the first time, I could afford to have realistic looking battalions and regiments on the table. I mean, my battalions, my companies that made up the battalions were in 3 ranks, possibly 4. They were in the right number of ranks, you know, and I'd stagger the back rank where there was casualties, you know, moving forward into the forward ranks. So the frontage would stay the same. It looked right. And to me, in my head, that's the reason to play with 10 mil. Because you go for that look. The mass effect. Yeah. And that's what turned me on to 10 mil. So I get what you're saying with 6 mil, because again, if I was to do 6 mil, I would do it for the same reason. I want big battalions. I want lots of figures in those battalions. My battalions were like 70 plus to 100 figures in each battalion. You know, it looked right, because you can't do that in 15. You can't do that in 28. You just can't. It's not economical.
No. And it's going to take forever to paint as well, so.
Yeah.
I mean, it's yeah, I mean, everything is a trade-off. It can't all be the Perry brothers.
Yeah.
With their 20 feet long table and, you know, a collection that spans 4 decades or whatever.
Yeah. What's the point at that stage?
Yeah. I mean, but we could be that in a smaller scale. Maybe not even 15, because 15 has enough detail that you actually need to like paint every model individually, or it's gonna look weird. In 6 mil, I mean, you can do a bad paint and it looks good. Of course, I mean, we're gonna strive to make good looking models, but even if you face people that paint sloppily, or if you yourself, you know, you wanna, I need an extra brigade or something, 80 men. Yeah, I'm gonna paint them fast because I'm gonna paint plate tomorrow, and you throw some speed, you contrast paint, speed paint.
Yep,
you're
done. Boom.
Yeah,
Right.
and you have a brigade with huge number of guys.
So I think you said this before. You were talking about this before, but are you going for that mass effect with your collection of 6, 2 or 3?
Yeah, I want to do that.
No.
I'm doing these now for starters. I'm gonna base them. Let's see. Go. Okay. Can even see them. But I'm gonna do 2 on each base. And then 2 of these bases side by side. That's gonna be 40 by 15, which gives you a DBX with 4 strips on them.
Mm-hmm.
And each strip is roughly 30 miniatures.
Okay.
30 guys. 25, 30 guys, something like that. So that's going to be a mass effect. I wish to... It would be awesome to put them in 3 racks on these base.
It would.
Then you fill up the base. But that's like, you know, 33% more to paint in a project that's supposed to, you know, take a couple of evenings and be done with it and try out the system. While playing. But I'm doing ACW 6mm, and the usual way to base them is in 2 rank, and I want to do them in 4 rank. So I fill up the base again. There's no point in having. I don't need to lug around like a huge base with scenery or pile of grass. I want to have guys,
Mm-hmm.
which might look weird. It's twice as much for me. I'm gonna have to paint both armies.
Yeah, that's a big deal, big
That's
consideration.
the problem. I can't wait to stop painting. I've been doing 15 mil for the past couple of weeks, and now the 2 mil. But after that, I'm gonna go back painting my union.
2 millimeter. That's like a 15 millimeter shoe.
It's smaller. It's smaller.
That is small. Damn.
There's nothing compared. It's like the edge of the pipe, or the end part, the metal part of the pipe.
Yeah.
That's the guy.
My friend on YouTube, Stephen Smith, he's over in the UK. He did some marvelous. I think he did them by hand. James would remember, but he did 2 or 3 mil. I don't know what it was. Fantasy armies. And the way he did it is that I think there was like orcs and stuff. You can imagine like barbarians. They were like not individual models, not even in strips. They were like clouds of these masses of soldiers, and it was like a clump, when you put that clump on a base. But it was just this big clump, like a cloud almost, of little heads and weapons poking out and stuff and just rushing forward. And it looked great. You talk about Mass Effect, that did it. He did a whole bunch of armies that way. Now that looked good.
You have the larder game that failed up for what was it last year called Strength and Honor, which is 2 millimeter ancient, and it kind of uses that effect.
Mm-hmm.
The big base. I think they're 120 times 80 mil.
Yeah.
And it's like a war band is like, it's 1,000 guys. It looks like 1,000 guys, probably more like 300, 400.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting into that as well.
You are.
I managed to pick up the book on sale. So it's like, and the system, the system's cool. I mean, it's Roman her enemy, pretty much. That's classical.
Mm-hmm.
And it's grid-based thing, so it's kind of easy. You can teach it to new people really fast. There's nothing really super innovative about it, but grid-based, huge clump element, move stuff around. You have 10 elements to fight.
So let's take a look on the internet here at just what 2 millimeter armies can look like. Let me close that. So let's check this out. Man, look at this thing.
Armies both me and James swear by are from irregular miniatures. What is it? .uk.
I'm just looking at some generic 2 millimeter painted armies here.
Yeah.
Like, here's one of some Romans or something. I think they're Romans.
Yeah, good night.
Oh, these are irregular miniatures, 2 millimeter Republican Romans and marching forts. Now this is pretty effective way to base them and what it looks like. That looks pretty cool. And this is kind of what you're doing.
I wouldn't know. I don't know what you're looking.
Can you see the YouTube?
It's really hard.
You'll have to trust me,
I'm not.
Fred.
I'm actually not on YouTube. There we.
You'll have to trust me.
Oh yeah, yeah,
They're
yeah.
tiny.
I
Oh
can-
my god. American Civil
Yeah, that's
War.
some big bases for them.
Yeah, like brigade-sized bases for the American Civil War here. That's pretty cool. They get a bunch of regiments in each base. They're all kind of spaced out like they were each separate regiments. Yeah, so I guess this could be pretty fun to play a game with. So I see the attraction to them for sure. And like you said, it's all about the terrain.
Yeah.
There's a good picture right there. It looks
Yeah,
like
it's
Napoleonics.
pretty much what I'm looking at. Those blue guys there.
Mm-hmm.
What it looks like.
They got little flag bases that are shaped like triangles. That's interesting.
Hmm?
I don't know. See, the thing with me, I've done this kind of game, the kind of thing before, Mass Effect, but I really enjoy the painting and the details that I can't ever see myself doing this. I mean, I would just do a board game, you know, and I enjoy those a lot. I love my board games. But, you know.
You can check out type in strength and on 2 mil and look at pictures. You should probably be able to see some of their, proposed basing and everything. I know that the standard way or the miniature sculpture that they endorse, they don't. Oh yeah, that's the minis I have. The word written.
Yeah. Prussians. That's cool. I don't know. I'd have to actually sit and play a game with these kind of miniatures and terrain. Stop tempting me, Fred. Stop it. Let me get off this page. But that shows you what you can get into in this miniatures gaming hobby of ours. It's not just big GW giant figures. It's little 2mm guys too. Squirrel. I have to do... Wait a minute. Doug says I have to go to Liddy's. Have a great night. You take care, Doug. Be safe, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow. Fantastic. Percy says 10mm is about as small as I can stand before it all goes too abstract. Don't tell that.
It really is. The huge link in miniatures and wargaming channel
You got a link
on
over
the
there?
big basing for Tumen.
Yikes.
That's what I'm
What's...
or that I'm gonna start playing.
Wow. Yeah, that's like what I was talking about. Those big cloud-like shapes of, masses of soldiers. Like those war bands on the right there. Those are Gaul troops, I guess. Yeah.
Probably.
That's what he did. I think he made his own.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. He might actually have been using these.
These are, these might be homemade. I mean, you can easily do these with green stuff. And, press granny grating into them down. You get the impression, because these look they look like a gridded thing. Yeah, this looks just amazing.
Yeah. Definitely a different kind of look to the tabletop. More realistic, for sure. But I mean, come on, you can't paint it. You can't do the details. I want to paint some mustaches and buttons. Come on.
Yeah, yeah. I hear you.
Yeah, it's a different way to do it, but man, I'm telling you.
On the other side of the spectrum,
Mm-hmm.
question: have you dabbled in bigger types of minis than 28?
Mm-hmm.
Like scale in general?
Well, with me, I'm 28 millimeter Napoleonics. What am I going to do with that? I'm going to be playing. Commonly, you see today, people are putting battalions of like 40 some figures, and that's a battalion. And it looks great, usually in 2 ranks, which isn't the most realistic, honestly. But it looks great. And that's what you see a lot of people doing. I'm not doing that. I'm going old school, where my battalions are like 12, maybe 16, and in single rank. We're talking Wargame Research Group 1685 style rules here. That's what we're talking about. But there's some rules that I'll be able to play as well with that basing scheme, like General de Brigade. No, not General de Brigade. General d'Armée. You just have the ranks or the bases one behind the other, same number of figures, and it works. Yeah, I'm going old school with that. So I'm not using like a lot of figures with my 28s and giant battalions. I'm getting more of an old school approach to it. Because back when I was a kid and getting in the hobby for the first time, and I had things like Wargame Research Group 1685 rules, I could only dream of one day being able to play these rules. Or Empire. Empire, that's like a classic set of rules that's been around since the 70s. And the basing for that, a French battalion would be like 8 figures. That's tiny. But I can do that now, and that's what I want to do. I want to go that route with my 28s. So I can play some reasonable sized games on my tabletops, without going broke with figures. It's going to look great. So that's my mentality right now. After doing all the things that I've done so far with 10 mil, this is what I want to do. So, and I get to enjoy the painting and detail aspect, which is important to me. So that's what I'm doing.
But you've never done any like 40 mil or 54 mil, something like that?
No.
The
Nah, that's too
not
big.
even as a kid, Not even as a kid, you melted your own metal and poured it into the rubber mold. You never did that.
Yeah. I had my own molds. I did some casting. Those Prince August
Yep.
molds? I still have a ton of those. It's all fantasy, but yeah, I have tons of those, and I used to make all kinds of stuff. I'd melt down solder.
Yeah.
Just pour it in over the kitchen stove when everyone's in bed.
Yeah.
That's walking the edge right there. But that's what I did.
I did it when Mom was at work,
Yeah, exactly. I'll have to break them molds out again.
Yeah, I think we actually didn't we talk a couple of I think so. I have my Great Nordic War, so 12 thing going on, early 1700s. There is actually Prince August mold. Almost everything I knew.
Wow.
So if that project actually swells up and becomes something more than 6 or I'm actually going to use these Napoleonic 2 miniatures to play. And then do them in 6. It would be really cool to go 40 mil, the half. I don't know what the style is called, but the half. They are flat, the silhouette mini.
Yep.
Man. That would be cool. And then you do your, I guess it's regiments you do, and they would be like 24 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a problem.
Is Prince August still? I think they're still around, right? Aren't they?
Oh yeah, they are. I researched it a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, there you go.
They have. There we go, James.
Yeah, I still got my molds. I'll have to go up in the attic and bring them down. Good
They always
times.
actually have an active channel on YouTube.
Huh?
They release stuff from time to time.
Yeah?
I saw they had Christmas ornaments now, just like the other day.
What?
Because
Christmas ornaments.
when I researched them, I threw them and I subscribed.
Uh,
Yeah, they released new stuff based in Ireland.
yeah.
They were a
Yeah.
Danish company.
Yeah. You know, now that I think about it, I think it was my dabbling in Prince August back in the 80s that led me. I think they talked about different sets of rules that were popular back then, and that's what led me deeper down the rabbit hole of wargaming. I think it mentioned things like Empire, if I recall. I think that's where I started to learn about these things and started looking for them. And this is going back in the 80s, dude. So, yeah, I think it was from Prince August. Because it talked about wargaming and the rules that were used in some of their catalogs. I said, ooh, that's interesting. Where could I find that? Don't ask me how I tracked down these companies and these games, but I knew. Percy says 54mm is getting popular in some circles. Easier on the old timers' eyes. That's true. Stephen Smith, again, he does some 54mm 7 Years War. I think they're plastics. And he even went so far as to set up his wargame table outside in the garden to fight this battle. So yeah, he's all over the place. 2mm and 54. Yikes. I'll have to get him in the chat one of these days. It's been a long time since I talked to him. You can look him up, Fred. It's his channel is called Stephen Smith. 2 words, Stephen Smith. He's on YouTube. Really good stuff.
Yeah. Needs to be a sports journalist called.
What do we got here? I'm going to be back again tomorrow, of course. I'm going to try and keep up these chats because we all get some things done. I haven't painted, though, but I'm sure Fred appreciates it. He gets some stuff done. James and all you guys. I'll try and keep these up around the same time. We'll have some good conversation and do some painting as we do. I'm probably not going to pick up the brush until December, which is right around the corner. It's tomorrow, isn't it?
It is December here.
It is. Damn, I spoke too soon. I guess I better get my brushes ready. Yeah, I'm going to be getting back into some stuff. I've got some finishing touches on the orcs before I do my one-page rules battle with them. The orcs and the high elves are going to go at it. Have some battles with them. And I got some new commissions to introduce. I got some 10mm Napoleonics. I've got an entire Russian army to do in 10mm. Another one. I already did one. This is another one. I've got some Hanoverians to add to it. And what else? Oh, I got some Flames of War 15mm DAC, German Desert stuff for Flames of War. I got that starter set to do. And hopefully some new commissions in the year to come. More on that when the time arrives. That's what I'll be doing. Percy says, gonna hold you to that. Tomorrow is go time. Yeah, Percy's digging these things. He's getting ready to break out the brushes. Get involved. Well, that's good, Percy. Get your brushes ready. What are you going to be working on, Percy? What scale and what era? Everybody set your bets. I'm going to say it's Napoleonics.
It's
What do you-
before me.
What is it?
54 million Napoleonic.
Yeah, perfect. Perfect.
With that, I'm gonna let you wind down your stream. I'm gonna step out.
All right, Fred.
That's it.
It's good catching up again,
Cheers.
man. Thanks for joining.
Yep.
See
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too. See you tomorrow. What are you doing, Percy? What's on your mind? James says, bye, Fred. Gonna hold you to that? Still waiting on Percy. He's thinking about it. He's thinking. Let me see if I could do this. No, I can't. Oh, Percy's got to refresh his browser. He's got quite a backlog, he says. Well, Percy, you join us tomorrow. We're going to be back again. We're going to get some stuff painted. Maybe I will too. We'll see. I got lots of work to do on the house yet. So I might be wore out by then. But yeah, you're welcome to join us and get some things painted. You'd be surprised how much you get done. It's pretty amazing. There it is, 28 millimeter U.S. Airborne. There you go. What are you playing? Chain of Command? Or are you playing in bolt action? I gotta do some of that too, because I always paint 28 millimeter World War II anyway for just to sell. So I'm gonna keep some of it and do some bolt action or the Two Fat Lardies game, Chain of Command, because I'm a big fan of World War II. Wah, 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 wah. Battle group. And 28 mil. There's a few people that use 28 mil for that game. I played it with 15s. Both with Flames of War basing, and it worked really well, as well as individual based. Some of the bases held 2 or 3 figures as well, but that was fun. Battlegroup is a really good game. I really enjoyed that. I mean, your battles unfold like you were watching some late-night World War II documentary. You know? I always got a kick out of that. Squirrel, he's got to get involved in the wargaming with miniature stuff. He paints them, but he doesn't wargame with them. Cedarak and I will be hopefully playing Harn Master online Wednesday evening, Roll20. Yeah, I heard about that. Iron Man's with you on that, isn't he? He had a falling out with the GM over there. The game he was playing, the game just died. So now he said you were gonna run the game for him. Ah, that ought to be good. Are you gonna broadcast it? You gonna broadcast it, Squirrel? Or record it? That'd be fun to watch. Wow, we streamed for 3 hours. I think Shadow does his paint and chat too pretty soon. So folks, if you're in the mood to do some painting and chatting over there, there you go. I think he's going to be hosting one tonight. I think he has a Thursday paint and chat. It's good to see other folks doing these things. You get things done. I am not the GM, just to play. Oh, you're a player. Who's running it then? Well, Iron Man told me you were going to be the GM. Squirrel Dragon Rampant. Dragon Rampant. Song of Blades and Heroes or Hordes of the Things may be good to wargame with your figs. Yeah, they would. Dragon Rampant especially because he individually bases his 15s. That'd be perfect. That's a popular game too. Dragon Rampant is a good one that I would recommend, Squirrel. It's inexpensive, high quality from Osprey Games. Yeah, it's Osprey Games Publishing. Osprey with an E. Games Publishing. They got all kinds of stuff. It's easy to get into miniatures gaming with their stuff that they put out. So tomorrow I'm going to bring some more stuff into the house. I'm going to work on the game room, the table. I'm going to get it all set up so I can hopefully show you guys some pictures, maybe in a video or something, but definitely some pictures of the tabletop, what it's going to look like. Bookshelves in there, you know, got it all straightened up finally, and it'll do for now. So I'm going to work on that tomorrow. I'm also going to bring in some of my poster maps that I want to put on the walls in here because it's pretty bare. You can see behind me it's nothing but a bare wall. I think I'll put my Galarian map there, because my bookshelves don't go behind me. They're like off center there because there's a plug. There's a socket right next to the bookshelf over here. Right down here on the bottom is a plug-in, which I don't want hidden by anything, so I can't put a shelf there. So I'll probably put something there. Oh, you know what I got? I got my bayonet and my Highlander bonnet, my tricorn. I could hang them up there. Or that sketch that Stephen Smith drew for me. I got it framed. I'll put it up there so you guys got something to look at. Kind of fitting for my streams, right? Right? Good idea. Yeah, you take care, nerd. And by the way, I have your books. They're set aside. As I close in on getting settled here, I am going to send them to you. I've got those books set aside on my bookshelf. And some other stuff I'm going to be going through and sending out to people. Stuff I don't sell. Just going to give them to you guys. I got an old Battletech rule book I don't use. Compendium, one of them. I'm going to give to somebody. Maybe I'll save that for you, James. Want a Battletech compendium? Old school. Thanks for all the fish. Okay. Low-level wizard could be 6 bows. Quite a few figures. Can't wait to see the new digs. Living space. Yeah, it's getting there. I think you'll like it, Squirrel. Can't wait for spring. Can actually do some landscaping too. More tapestries will warm your rooms. Yeah, I'm thinking about where I'm going to put that one tapestry you got me. Maybe I'll put that behind me. I'll have to look at it. You are a weirdo with these things. I think it's green. It would kind of blend in with the wall. You wouldn't see it. I'll probably put that in the main game room. Maybe. I may put it in here. I don't know. I haven't cracked it open yet, actually. Oh, runes. That would be nice. Count me in for that. Want a good sky effect for the wargame table. Yeah. Alright, folks. I'm going to call it here. What time is it? It's 8:17. I'm probably going to get something to eat. It's 38 degrees. Not bad. Imagine that. 38 degrees. That's not bad. Ribs. It's not bad at all. Cats are laying on the bed. I'm gonna, get something to eat and slow pace down and think about tomorrow's extravagant behavior. Moving stuff. So I gotta call it there. And I'll talk to you guys again tomorrow. Thanks, James. I appreciate it. Squirrel, good talking to you again, man. And I will be on tomorrow. So, hope you can join. Percy, Fred Factorium. Good having Fred in here. It's only the second time I've talked to him. Fantastic guy. Yeah. A wealth of knowledge. Eat and enjoy the evening. Thanks, Squirrel. You too, man. Oh, one more question before we go, Squirrel. If you're still there, are you home? I don't know why that's really important to me, but I keep asking it. Are you home yet, or are you still on the freaking road? I saw you packing your miniatures and paints. I figured, I must be heading back home now. I do look forward to Squirrel's streams, by the way. You should too. He does some good stuff. He just needs to take up wargaming. Alongside his role playing. Home until Sunday. Yep. Sounds like it's a busy time of season for you. Winter time. Alright, well, I'm going to see you guys tomorrow then. You stay safe, Squirrel. James, I'll talk to you again. And folks, remember, hang in there. Because it's only going to get better. And I'll talk to you soon.